Hello guys! Well, didn't see you there. Welcome to my crypto bullrun guides, where I'll be making simple guides on how you can go from absolutely nothing, knowing nothing in crypto, not even knowing how to deposit money into crypto, into knowing everything about how to make the best from your portfolio size, how to make an exit plan, how to read the macro data, and how to have knowing where you are in the cycle, how to find the best coins, what are airdrops, DLMMS, how to use on-chain, blockchain, and all of those simple stuff, right? So we're gonna go from all of the basics and then into some more complex stuff, so you have everything it takes to make hundreds of thousands or millions, or depending on your portfolio size, 4 figures or mid 5 figures as well. It's also amazing money. Never let anyone tell you that, okay? So let's get right into it. One thing that I want to note is never forget that you're here, it's not because of the money. Like everyone says it's because of the money. We know it's because of the money, but deep down, the money has other aspects in your life. You don't just want a Lambo, right? Like you want freedom, or you want to take care of your family, or you want to not worry about bills, or you want to be like an artist and you want to fund that, right? Like maybe you just want a fucking Lambo, maybe, but in the end, don't forget that this is a gateway to your dream. In all of the suffering, everything that happens in the middle, it's a means to an end, and you should never let that go over your head, okay? You should always remember that, the end goal of your mission. So, let's go for Raza Crypto Bullrun Guide, as you can see by my bull chasing the big car. Okay, so, as I said, don't forget, your goal is freedom and a better life. Money lost is in exchange for wisdom. Like everyone else, when you pay for courses or university and all that, like in crypto and in investing, and the money you lose is really just a tuition to the marketplace. Like money lost without learning anything, it's useless. Like money lost without having a plan, just gambling, it's useless. It's like, that's not a tuition. Just don't tell yourself that, that's bullshit. But money lost while making a plan and while experiencing and just learning some stuff and improving your emotions and everything else, that's worth money. Like I've lost thousands of dollars, tens of thousands, and it's what got me here, you know? So, disclaimers, so this is not financial advice, don't invest more than you can afford to lose, and if you're a total beginner, you are at a disadvantage, okay? You're already in the later stages of the marketplace, and you're gonna have to learn, have to make a plan, have to choose how you're gonna make money, and exit all of that within a very short time frame. So it's gonna be very hard for you to make money. If you just exit at break even without losing anything, that's a win, honestly. But I'll be giving you all of the tools, and also be giving you the coins that I'm investing in, the airdrops that I'm farming, and all of that. I'll be putting that on a specific link in the description, okay? So yeah, one thing that's very important as well is imagine yourself losing everything as much as you imagine yourself winning everything, okay? And this quote can just go past above you, but you should just sit down and just feel this, right? I've lost tens of thousands, and even this past week I was up like 15,000 on a coin, and I had a target. My target was 100 million. I was going to sell half, and then I would re-enter if there was a dip. And I didn't sell. And my 15,000 went for 4,500, and then 2,000, and now it's around, I don't even know, like 5,000, I think. The reality is that I didn't follow my plan, and I was making a lot of money, and I lost mostly everything. And this is going to happen to you. Markets will humble you. Always follow your plan. So if you make life-changing money, or even your bills that can be paid off, take the money. Crypto is simply a capital multiplication arena, and so it's easier when you have a lot of money. If you have a lot of cash flow in business and you put into crypto or investing, the fluctuations in the price are not as, the volatility of emotions won't affect you as much, because you already have something else to base yourself off. If this is your only ticket to get rich, it's going to be very hard, okay? So life-changing money with small capital is possible, but it's very, very risky, and the likelihood of you blowing up is way larger. Depending on your country, you'll probably have to pay taxes, so you should learn about that. Okay? So, first of all, you know nothing about crypto, somebody made a lot of money, or you saw it in the news, or some of your friends are talking about it, some of your coworkers, and you want to get in. Okay, so first, You're gonna have to make an account on a centralized exchange, a SEX. Well, that sounds okay. And then once you make your account and you give them paperwork that they ask for, you can just, you're gonna have your account and you're gonna see like something like this, where you have a lot of tokens, you have no idea what you're gonna do, right? You're being completely overwhelmed. And then you're gonna have to make just a wallet. So it's gonna be like, you have like all of these wallets that you can make. And I have MetaMask here, I have Phantom, and then I have like Backpack as well, initial wallet. So these are wallets that you can use on specific chains. Don't worry, I'll explain what that is. And so you should make your Ethereum and Solana wallets, okay? And so Phantom or MetaMask. And now don't go buying anything yet, don't go do anything, okay? Because it's more important to just simply plan your approach first, then just go all the way and just start blazing. You'll feel a lot of FOMO initially. That's where you make the most mistakes. You don't want to do that. You want to take your time and just make a small plan for you, okay? So everything that you don't understand, like every basic thing, is going to be on my crypto bullrun glossary. I'm going to give you a guide here, a sneak peek. So index, and you're going to have like all the links, how to set up accounts, set up wallets, and like what are bridges, what are airdrops, and staking, and all of that stuff. So all the basics is going to be in this file, link in the description. And so let's go. So first, take it slow, plan, and then commit. Don't take more than a couple days learning and planning your approach. You learn more doing, okay? Planning sometimes is just a glorified way of procrastination. And I know this because I'm a very astute planner. I love planning, but like, for example, this video, I made all of this, but the script is I'm flowing with it, you know? You just can't plan everything. So now that you're overwhelmed and have no idea what to do, we have to plan our course of action, or else we get noise in the progress. We get lost in the noise with no progress. So let's go for basics. And so what crypto really is a blockchain, basically. It's a blockchain technology. And so it's basically like, not all crypto are blockchain, but most cryptos are blockchains, which are basically a database and a network that is validated by multiple computers. A SEX is a centralized exchange, a normal business, and a DEX is a decentralized exchange. Layer ones are, for example, like Google, iOS, Windows, for example, Ethereum, Solana, Injective. So these are all like main chains. And then you have layer twos, which are like improvements on the main chain. So for example, Arbitrum, Base, and ZK Sync, they're all layer twos, and they're all built on Ethereum. So they make Ethereum better. And so when you use a layer two, you're using them instead of Ethereum, but they're built on the same. It's basically like, imagine you have iOS 15, and then this is iOS 16, right? And you start using iOS 16. That's basically it. iOS 15 still exists if you want to go back, basically. And then you have dApps, which are basically applications on these networks. For example, Uniswap, where you can swap your tokens, Pump Fund for meme trading. They're built on this chain, so Ethereum and so on, right? And so these wallets that I talked to you about, the cold wallets, the hot wallets, they basically work for different chains. Some of them work for all of them. Actually, most of them work for all of them, like MetaMask works for all of them now, and Phantom too. I would never advise you to use MetaMask for Solana, and I just use Phantom for Solana. They're just the best for each one of them, so I would use that way. Okay, so Phantom for Solana and MetaMask for Ethereum. Now let's make a plan of action for your capital, okay? So, 3 figures. I mean, let's be honest, you're not gonna get rich off 3 figures. This is hundreds of dollars, right? It's kind of impossible unless you're lucky or you know exactly what you're doing. So there are 3 ways you can go for it, right? Or 4 ways, but first 2 will be increasing your funding, so you can have more money, and that will be from airdrops or DLMMS. Third way would be meme coins and just hope to God you're lucky. The 4th way would be the slowest way, which would be you would put money in coins. Also, you would also get some experience, honestly, so might just go for that. But you're not going to make a lot of money. If you just put money in just good coins, you're not going to make a lot of money because like your capital is just not enough. Like if a coin goes from 1 billion market cap to 10 billion, that's a 10x. If you put 300, you're gonna have 3,000. I mean, that's not gonna change your life, right? But you can still learn from that. But if you make 10x, 10x is a lot of money, take it. So first thing would be increasing your flow, your cash flow. Business and cash flow outside of crypto investing would be the best way. If not, airdrops. So airdrops are basically just a test of a network or a DApp, where you're basically just using their project, right? And they're just testing it. And what happens is this is a marketing tool. Like companies, when they reward a user that's using their network or their application, and they post online and talk with their friends, other people be like, oh my god, I made so much money, I want to use that too, I want to make so much money too, right? And that's what happens. It's like a marketing, emotional manipulation tool to get more customers. It works, and they will keep doing it, because if they don't, and their competitors do, they will lose customers to their competitors, right? It's not just for the new customers that come to the chain, but the customers that actually use the chain, when they get rewarded, they would favor that tool over the others, right? Why would they use any other tool if the other tools didn't make them money and that one did, and it's useful, right? So that's why airdrops will continue to exist in crypto. DLMMS, which is basically dynamic liquidity market making, which is basically you put your money there. It's a bit complex. I'll probably make a video about this specifically in the future. But it's basically you put money there and you get the fees back. Because you're helping other people trade, right? So you're providing liquidity, which makes other people easier to get in and out of trades, and you get fees back. So basically, as you can see, this is the fees I made in the past month. So I made 600 profits. I made 1.8k and I lost 1.2 in permanent loss. There's always risk, obviously. Okay. So yeah, DLMs would be the slowest way for you. I wouldn't advise it unless you're more experienced. So for 3 figures, airdrops, meme coins if you're lucky. If you want to get lucky and just try, but I think that's not the best course of action. I would say airdrops, and if you just want to practice and get better, just 1 or 2 slow coins. You're not going to make a life-changing money, but you're going to learn. Okay. Airdrops can either give you a same amount of money or none at all. I printed around 11,000 this year in airdrops. And some of them were 3,000, others are 700, others are not even 40, right? So you're basically, when you're testing the network, what happens is that you're trying to tick some boxes and you're not sure what's going to get validated by the company, right? So for example, this one here, TurboTap. So this one, it's basically every click on this cow is a test on the network. So it's a transaction going through, right? And so they are rewarding people tapping the cow, and I have 300,091 taps on this cow. I'm a cow tapper for a living. Yeah, that's what I do. And so yeah, and that's one of the metrics for this airdrop. But there's more. So for example, if you just use their applications and deposit money there, and just for example use other applications, there's all of this. So let me just see a quick steps. So in this case, if you just use these applications right here, you just you're ticking boxes in their airdrop, but you don't know which ones are going to be valid or not. So it's just a time of like, you just have to do the most you can. So it's a long shot. Airdrops are always a long shot, but they sometimes pay very well, and they sometimes pay very little. You never know. The best way to find good airdrops is on Twitter or X nowadays, and then mastermind groups, and YouTube has some good alpha as well. So alpha is basically information that has an advantage, right? And so I'm going to be posting all of this in the glossary as well. Okay, so if you have 4 figures, you can make high 5 figures, or I've seen cases in 6 figures as well. My crypto mentor actually made from 5 figures, I think. He made 7 figures, so that's even crazier. Yeah, your focus should be, you should do better airdrops just to increase liquidity if you're experienced DLMMs. But most of your focus should be on finding the best tokens and just writing them out, right? How to find the best tokens? first of all, let's go talk about how to split the capital. So in crypto, mostly everything is correlated, and mostly everything just follows the same type of price action, right? There's just Bitcoin is one, and then all of them is mostly like one-to-one correlated with Bitcoin, right? So all the way into AVAX, they're mostly correlated. And so diversification is not going to help you. So if all go up, all go up. If all go down, all go down, right? Like this cycle is a bit different because there's been like 20,000 coins launching per day, and like there's not enough money to just make all the coins go up and all the coins go down. And what happens is that sometimes when everything is going down, there's like a couple of coins going up. When everything is going up, there's like a lot of coins going down as well. There's just not enough money for everything, right? And that's why being selective is even more important nowadays. Even more important. Okay. So, for me, if you have like 1 to 3,000, just one iConviction token, okay? Just one. Like if you want to really make bigger numbers. If you have 3 to 5,000, 2 tokens and some hundreds for airdrops and moonshots, like meme coins. If you have 5 to 10,000, 3 tokens and leave just 1,000 for moonshots and airdrops and meme coins, right? So that would be my reasoning. I think that's the best way. Now, how to find the best tokens? When you're trying to find the best tokens, you're trying to figure out the question, why would price go up, right? That's all you're trying to figure out, nothing else. And so there's 3 major components to this. First is tokenomics, which is basically the science behind tokens, right? And so the first thing you want to find out is, like, the questions you should be asking is, why would this token go up, right? Why does it benefit me and other people, and why does it benefit the community, right? And some mechanisms are, for example, burning. Like if a token is burning supply and the demand is increasing, price will go up. Even if the demand stays the same, if they're burning, price will go up, right? Other thing you should ask about is vested supply. So this is how an allocation for a project looks like when they're launching. This is the Solana supply. Basically, when they launched, they had 34% for the community. So this is going to be for incentives for the community, airdrops, to help like other projects, stuff like that, right? So these seeds would be the second investors. Founding round, the first investors, team are the developers, foundation are the team that oversees the team basically, and then inflation will be the tokens that are releasing every month or every week or every year, right? And this is how a seed round looks. And you don't want a token that has more dumping into the markets, like more inflation, than it is burning, then there is demand growing, right? So for example, this is a Solana schedule, and as you can see, like it doesn't have like any more. It doesn't have any more like vesting, like everything's already done. The only thing would be like this untracked, which would be the inflation part, which is always happening. More tokens always released. Okay. So now you, like to find a perfect token, you would have this perfect answers, right? So yeah, so basically, does it have a bar mechanism? Yes, okay, that's amazing. Is the vested supply for investors too big? No, because if there's more for the investors, there's less for the community, and they can just dump on top of you. Like if they have a lot of the part of the supply and they sell, it's going to cause price to decrease because they have a lot, right? Is the vested supply unlocking faster than the demand for the project token, like we talked here? And does the tokenomics reward users in any way or form? So some tokenomics reward users for just having it, okay? Second is attention. And I believe in the attention economy, right? And people say that a lot, and it's true. Like you use Instagram, you use Tinder, Bumble, and all those applications. And what happens is that they're not there to just help you find love, Tinder and Bumble, and Instagram is definitely not there to just help you with your life, right? What's happening is that they have algorithms that are curating it specifically, so you can continue using the app so you can continue using the app for as long as you can, so you can watch ads. So your attention is being monetized, basically. So time and attention has never been more important. And so if in crypto something can just get the attention of everyone, price is going to go up because everyone's talking about it, everyone's going to put money on it, and so price is going to go up. Simple as that, right? And so best example would be Trump, right? Trump just launched its meme coin before he just took possession of the presidential on the 20th. And basically, like, you had, like, if you entered here around like less than a billion, this is around 100x or 1000x or maybe more, right? And this was in less than a day. This is actually crazy. You usually have to wait a year to have like this kind of return, right? Because it's the president of America. It's the goddamn president of America launching a meme coin. Of course it's going to have attention, and of course the price is going to go up. Another example is going to be Pep, right? It's a meme. It's funny. It has a lot of different use cases. You can even like put it on a Lambo. And basically, what happens is that people talk about it, and it's going to go up. And people continue talking about it, it's going to go up. And people talk about it, it's going to continue to go up. That's basically it. And so attention is another part of the equation, very important. And these tokens might hold no value whatsoever, and they might have like horrible supplies. Trump's supply was horrible. He holds like 80% of the supply. It's horrible in terms of this first part. But since it has so much attention, like everything else just goes out of the window. Third would be future use cases. Like, why would your project in the future be used by crypto? Why would it have attention in the future? For example, a coin like Pep or Doge, they will still remain here. They have attention from the people, but their price is not going to continue going up and up and up, because if they're all that makes their price go up is attention, like eventually there's going to be times where attention is going to be shifted into other things. Dodge, for example, had a period of a big drawdown for some time, even while the market was going up, because we had Pep, we had Shiba, we had not Shiba, we had Whiff, dog with the hat. Yeah, that's a coin. And basically, all the liquidity from Doge just went into the other coins because all they have going for them is attention, right? You want to find something which is a balancing between attention, good supply, good tokenomics, and a good use case for the future, right? This is very important. And so, I'll give you an example. This is my biggest bet for this market, for this cycle, which is banana. And so, banana first has a very memeable name, like banana. And when you enter like the zone where the price just keeps going up and up and up, like it's almost where we're at it, like we're almost here in this part in the end. Like that's called also the banana zone. So it's self-fulfilling in a way, right? So I have the attention part down, right? Second part, every person that is using the bot is burning banana in fees, right? So if they want to just increase the supply of the bot or just make some upgrades, they have to use banana. And they also use in fees, and they also receive some banana extra for using the bot, right? So this means that they're burning always more than they're receiving, and this means that basically the supply is going down, right? So we talked about if the demand is the same, and the supply is going down, price go up, right? If we're betting on a bull run and everything just increasing in price, it means that more people will be trading, more people using the bots, which means that more fees are burned, which means that if the demand is increasing, right, then the price will increase. Makes sense. Banana makes fees from all of the chains, so it is deployed on Ethereum, which is a layer 1, and then Base, layer 2, Solana, layer 1, Abstract, layer 2, Sonic, layer 2. Sonic I think is layer 1 actually. But basically it's deployed on all of the chains, so everyone trading in different places is contributing for Banana. And so beta is basically something that is correlated for a market. So beta equals to 1, it's that it's equal to the marketplace. A beta above 1, if I'm not mistaken, it's more volatile, and a beta below 1, it's less volatile. In this case, it's a beta above 1. And then Banana, with all of the fees that it makes, because it makes a lot, it makes like around 300 million per day in fees, if I'm not mistaken. Part of the fees go to the holders. And so what happens here is prices are going up, more people use the bots, they burn more fees, and Banana makes more fees, they pay more to the dealers, the price increases, the dealers trade more, and it's just a vicious cycle of money making, right? That's why Banana is my biggest token. There are currently 7 in, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 in fees across Ethereum. And if you look around Solana, they're also top 20, and all of the chains are on top 20 as well. And their burning mechanisms and the supply, there's very few for the devs, mostly is locked, that is not needed, and mostly is burned. So it's actually more burned than it's for the devs, so very good supply here. Okay, so as you can see, this token has all three. It has good tokenomics, it can use attention in the future, and it has utility that it's reusable over and over, right? So that's how you find the best tokens. We were talking about your 4 figures, so 4 figures you should focus on those coins, and airdrops, DLMMS only for advanced. 5 figures, I mean, those say airdrops are kind of waste your time unless you just really want to get more exposure. But like airdrops are almost like a full time sometimes, so I mean, I would just go and just focus on good coins and just have some meme coin gambling over, like with some good risk management, and you'll be done with it. And your 6 figures, I mean, you already made it. What are you doing here? Just kidding. We know crypto is for capital multiplication, so just less risky. You remain wealthy by putting a lot of money with less risk, and you get wealthy by putting less money with high risk. Yeah. Okay, so now that you have your plan and you know what to do, and you're gonna follow your own plan that we talked about here, we're gonna go and focus on how to then know when to exit, because I'm sure you don't know that because you're new, or maybe if you're already advanced, but the biggest problem with everyone is that they don't sell. They see a lot of money, they see a lot of profits, but they don't sell. So you need to know when to, right? And you cannot sell the top. There's a quote from the book Reminiscence of a Stock Operator from Jesse Livermore, if I'm not mistaken. And he says the first and the last 8 of a market, of a cycle, have cost traders in total enough to build a concrete highway across the entire globe. You don't want to sell at the top. You want to be selling when there's indicators for that. And I'll be giving you my exit plan, and I'll be showing you like how to analyze macro data and as well as crypto cycles, so you know a bit as well. So you just want, you can choose your own exit plan, you know. So a crypto cycle usually works like this. This is more of a guideline. Every cycle is a bit different. So first part is Bitcoin just keeps going up, and then the money flows into Ethereum, and then into large caps besides Ethereum, and then it flows to alt season for every other coin in the market, right? This cycle was more Bitcoin, and then Solana, and then meme coins. There's still not big alt season yet. And one graph, one chart that can help with this would be this one. Yeah, this one. Yeah. So this chart would be the Bitcoin dominance chart. And when the price is going down on this chart, it means that Bitcoin has less dominance, which means that there is less money on Bitcoin and there's more money on other things. These lines are the presidential election, the presidential inaugurations. So Trump, Biden, and Trump here. And as you can see, they usually mark the top of the chart, usually, or close to it. And so that means that after presidential inaugurations, there is a big alt season, usually. So there's still a lot of money to be made, according to this. Okay. So this is just a guideline, okay? And you should just follow this to just know more or less when you have to start selling. Alt season is when you want to start selling and taking profits. Okay, so this is going to be our a typical stock market cycle works, right? This is more the emotional part of it, right? You have the most financial opportunity at the lows and the least financial opportunity at the tops, right? This is how the emotions that you will feel and everyone else feels. And how the cycle works is basically due to financial data. And this line and the blue line, these are leading indicators. This is the ISM and PMI, if I'm not mistaken. And they're basically, they're given tests to business managers in America, in the US, and they basically report like, oh, is my business not going well, and I feel like there's like less progress in the future, I'll make less money in the future, and all that stuff. And that's usually like a leading indicator because humans tend to be like more reactive to that stuff. And why is that? Because, for example, here you can see like this line right here, like we're right here, and PMI started to drop here, and you can see, I think it's the, if I'm not mistaken, it's the purple one. Let me see, purple one, yeah. So as you can see, the line started to go down when inflation started to go up, right? Here. And so business managers were like having trouble paying their taxes, or paying not taxes, but paying the fees for the business, the transporting companies, the workers and all that. Everything else has increased fees in the chain, in the supply chain and distribution chain. And so they started to feel that early here. And so it obviously, like after some months of like bit of doubts, they start to realize, okay, no, actually the economy is not good. And so it's a leading indicator for the big fall. And then when the inflation starts going a lot up, usually the central bank has to increase rates to counter that, right? And they increase the rates, which is this red line right here, to counter big inflation. And usually they start, like, if you see here, they start increasing rates to counter this inflation right here, and they just continued until the economy literally broke down in 2008. Inflation was still not under control and it broke down. So basically, rates always precede like an economy downturn, right? But the biggest indicator, and the last one, is in employment. It's the only one that matters because there's only an economic downturn if there's an employment going up. So everything else is just steps that lead to this, right? As you can see here in COVID, we had a very big spike in employment, a very fast financial downturn, and then the government started printing a lot of money, which led to inflation going a lot of up. Businesses started making a lot of money because this was a different kind of quantitative easing. That's basically what creates inflation. I'll explain later. And then costs started to go too high, and they started, oh god, this is not good. And then eventually we had this kind of small depression, I guess. Okay, so this is basically how a cycle works. You should never try to protect or cover against a black swan. Like a COVID black swan is something that you cannot predict, and trying to predict it, it's just a waste of your time and your energy. The greatest firms in the world didn't predict it. Most people didn't. Algorithms couldn't, so don't waste your time doing it. If you have a black swan event, you'll lose all your money, and it's just charge it to the game, you know? Okay, so an exit plan must be simple. My exit plan specifically has only 3 parts, right? I basically sell when this indicator starts going red and starts showing signs of immense reading, right? That's all I do. And also when unemployment starts going up above a certain percentage, it's 2.5 I think in 2 months. And my third metric is when we are in alt season and we start dropping and prices start reaching like higher levels, and my targets for my coins, okay? I have a target for each coin as well. So it's simple, you just follow simple things and you take profits out. So as soon as this metric starts to get checked, I don't need all 3, I just need 1 or 2 or maybe just 1 if it's unemployment. I'll just start selling every week a percentage off, that's it. Simple. Right? This chart right here is important as well. This is the dominance of the stablecoin USDT. And USDT is basically, it mirrors dollar, right? And so, what's important here is that if more people are in the USDT dollar, in the USDT stablecoin, it means less people are investing, right? As you can see, when the price of this is going up, the price of Bitcoin is going down, right? And vice versa here, it goes down here, it went here, up here. And same here, when it went up, there's a little depression right here. When it went up here, there's lows, right? So it's important to take consideration this chart, okay? It's not very hard to just sell it close to the top. It's very hard when you just want it to be the top, right? Something very important. This is very important, right? Like, when you first enter, you've never lost thousands, tens of thousands. You have no fear. You only dream big. In the second cycle, you're basically afraid of losing. You overthink everything and you sell above every eye. And then people in the third cycle, they dream big. They have no fear, but they follow the rules and plans no matter what. And so if you want to just skip this learning process, which you probably won't be able to anyways, but the fastest way to get here is to just follow the plan. If you follow the plan, the chances that you can skip this are bigger, much bigger, right? And just make a plan and follow it no matter what. I even failed at this recently in a coin. Like, it was up 15,000, right? And yeah, 15,000. Like, I was like at 4,000 and then it dropped into like 1,800. I didn't sell. Went up to 15,000 and dropped again to like 3,000, right? And so I didn't take profits in a lot of money. And so that's something that you have to follow your own plan. I had a plan for that. It reached my target and I didn't sell. So that's my problem, my fault, right? It is impossible to have experience in emotional mastery. That needs time. So all you can do is just follow your plan, whatever it takes. Okay. Now I can just tell you my current market view. Like, crypto speaking only, everything indicates that we're close to alt season and just a bigger, like more profits, right? And just another leg up. Like, things are not overheated yet, not even close. Alt season is not even started. USDT is making lower lows. Everything points to higher prices in crypto for now, right? In terms of macro and economic standards like S&P and the American markets, my view is simple. I believe that we still are going to have an economic downturn, right? There's only two ways that it can happen. We either have inflation right now because the central bank did not take inflation below the 2% threshold. And if it's not below that, it is not controllable. It has never been in the history of inflation, basically. I think it's only happened once, if I'm not mistaken. I have to check that again. But, so we either have inflation crazy right now, or we have a COVID 2.0 again, because a lot of news are going around of new viruses in Colorado, I think, and then another in Europe as well. And if there's a COVID 2.0, lockdown again, companies will need funding, and then Trump was probably going to do quantitative easing, central bank issued. And so the quantitative easing in 2021 was different than the previous ones because quantitative easing is basically the easing of the economy in the simple terms, okay? So it was different in 2021 because it was a balance sheet made by the central bank, which then swapped treasuries with the state and then give the money for the people, right? And then the people invested in the businesses, which made a lot of money, which had growth, and then that exploded the economy, right? Quantitative easing before that was private issued, which is basically the central bank swaps with private banks. They create an empty space in their balance sheet, they swap with treasuries, and what happens there is that basically when they do that swap, they facilitate for businesses and for lending, and so businesses can grow as well. It's not as efficient as the quantitative easing made by Trump in 2021. So there is already rumors that if there's another type of event like that, Trump is going to do something like 2021, but it's more focused on not just people and workers, but also with some benefits for exporting and importing companies, which is already signed that order actually. So if there's a COVID 2.0 again, the odds that there will be like a fast V reversal like we had here, like that fast V reversal. And if we have Bitcoin, yeah, the fast V. What do I have that? I think I have that here. Yeah, here. So that fast V reversal with just one candle recession basically, and it just went up, 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 up. So the cases of that happening is very big. In case of the inflation that comes after that or comes beforehand, I don't know. There's a high probability that will go very crazy. Similar to Weimar Republic, Germany, 1923, before Hitler. What happened was that they lost all control of the economy. Basically, other type of fundings entered the economy, of money, sorry. And it was issued by any city, town, business club, and they also could print their own money, and eventually they lost control. By September it was tens of millions, October billions, and November trillions. And eventually, when everyone's chasing something that's going up, 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 and there's like no control over it, eventually it goes down, crashes. Same happened with the tulip crisis, the first bubble in financial history in the Netherlands. Basically, tulips were selling had a lot of demands, they were selling by higher prices, and eventually there were even leverage of tulips. You could just leverage and just bet on tulips growing on somewhere, and you would get paid somehow. And obviously that crashed, right? Also happened in Japan, and there was a lot of counterfeit coins made, and people that made counterfeit coins were growing larger, and every day was just more and more and more, and they were being more. They have more incentives than people just being not virtuous. The virtuous people were not as beneficial, not getting benefited as much as the people making bad coins and counterfeit coins. That's basically what happened there as well. So this is where we're heading, simply because if we didn't have an economic downturn, inflation 2.0 picking up again, it's something very easy. Inflation, very easy to happen. Inflation happening is a good thing for assets, right? It's not a bad thing for normal living. So that's why investing is actually good for you in this case. Okay, so I think that's my market view, what I think is going to happen. I think we're going to go up in the short term. If there's a COVID in this year and then inflation, probably. If there's just inflation, probably. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. That's just my view. I'll just keep working with the indicators and exit plans that I taught you about, and they own me, and I don't do anything else besides that. Okay, so everything you don't understand and all the basics, because I made a glossary for you guys. Let me show you. Let me see here. Yeah, sorry. So I made a crypto bull run glossary with everything and all the basics, and it's in the description below. Okay, and it has how to set up a wallet, how to just where bridges, airdrops and examples, everything from the basics and all the terminology and everything you don't understand, it's going to be in the description below, so don't you worry about that. If you didn't understand anything, it's going to be down there. Okay, so don't forget why you started and what your goals. Don't forget, if you want to get to this, you have to go through this and have fun while you're conquering. Like, come on. You're here to have fun too, right? It's not just working. I mean, I love doing these videos, I love helping people, I love inspiring. So if no one watched my video, I don't care. I post because I really enjoy doing this, you know? So I'm also dressed like this just to be like with the glasses and stuff, just to be more entertaining as well. So just have fun, follow the journey. Losses are part of the game. You feel like shit, but then you'll be grateful that it happened, and you feel like blessed for losing sometimes. And that's all I want you to feel. I want you to become a better person. I want you to achieve your dreams, and just, yeah, that's it. That's my bullrun guide, guys. And I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope you learned from it. And whatever questions, just ask in the description. I'm here to help. See you guys soon.